I shall now make a statement in my capacity as the representative of Pakistan. We thank Special Envoy Grundberg and USG Fletcher for their comprehensive briefings. We also express our appreciation to Ms. Nasser for her remarks on the dire humanitarian situation in Yemen. Pakistan remains deeply concerned over the protracted crisis in Yemen. Years of conflict have inflicted immense suffering on the Yemeni people. Political fragmentation, economic collapse, and environmental degradation have further exacerbated their plight. What began as an internal crisis has since assumed broader regional dimensions, with serious implications for international peace and security. As the Special Envoy said, the situation is fragile, volatile, and unpredictable. And we agree with his key point that there is no military solution to this conflict and that negotiations provide the best way forward. The situation requires urgent, collective, and constructive action. The risk of renewed hostilities could jeopardize the ongoing fragile peace efforts and further aggravate the civilian suffering. It is imperative to reinvigorate inclusive political negotiations and implement coordinated measures to address the interconnected political, humanitarian, and socio-economic challenges facing Yemen. In this regard, I would like to highlight 4 points. First, we call on all parties to build upon the December 2023 roadmap, which provides a credible basis for a sustainable political solution. The continued engagement of regional actors, particularly the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Sultanate of Oman, is commendable. It has been instrumental in keeping the hope for the peace process alive. As Mr. Grundberg also noted, time was not on our side. A prolonged political stalemate can affect the gains made. All stakeholders must intensify efforts to break the political impasse and move decisively toward a Yemeni-owned and Yemeni-led political process under the auspices of the United Nations. We also appreciate and support the efforts of the Special Envoy, including his recent engagements, the meeting with the Yemeni Prime Minister, and interactions with members of the civil society and women leaders of political parties. Second, the volatile regional environment risks further destabilizing Yemen and the broader Middle East. We are deeply concerned on the recent escalation and attacks, including on ships and civilian infrastructure. Pakistan underscores the urgent need for de-escalation, dialogue, and diplomacy to preserve regional peace and stability. It goes without saying that durable peace in the Middle East requires an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and urgent, credible steps to realize Palestinian statehood in accordance with international legitimacy. Third, the humanitarian situation in Yemen remains dire. Over 18 million Yemenis, including women and children, require urgent life-saving assistance. The risk of famine continues to haunt, with millions facing acute food insecurity. We urge the international community to respond generously to OCHA's humanitarian appeal, reiterated also today by Mr. Fletcher and also noted by Ms. Nasser, to ensure predictable and sustained funding and support the scaling up of humanitarian operations. Fourth, we join other members in strongly condemning the continued arbitrary detention of UN personnel, humanitarian workers, and diplomatic staff by the Houthi authorities. These detentions, some ongoing since 2021, constitute a clear violation of international law and represent a serious impediment to the delivery of humanitarian assistance in the country. We reiterate our call for the immediate and unconditional release of all detained UN, diplomatic, and humanitarian personnel, and for full, safe, and unhindered humanitarian access throughout Yemen. Let me conclude by emphasizing that only a comprehensive approach anchored in inclusive political dialogue and urgent humanitarian action can pave the way for lasting peace and stability in Yemen. The Council must send a unified and unequivocal message. The people of Yemen deserve peace, dignity, and a future free from fear, hunger, and despair. Pakistan remains steadfast in its support for peace, stability, sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of Yemen. And in the pursuit of those objectives, we shall support all efforts aimed at achieving a just, inclusive, and durable resolution of this conflict. I now